Donald Trump doesn't care about the American people.
I completely disagree with you on that.
Oh my God, this guy right here, he was the worst. It turns out he actually got arrested for violating a restraining order his ex-girlfriend had against him. He stalked her and threatened to unalive her cat.
Trump doesn't, you're saying he doesn't care about the American people. I mean, while he was president, he was pushing pro-economic policies, which were furthering the American economy. I mean, right now, if you go to a gas station, you're paying more money to fill up your car. Going to the grocery store, you're paying more for meat, you're paying more for groceries, you're paying more for a lot of things. Taxes are higher right now. So why
Taxes are higher right now? We're still under Donald Trump's tax code.
Absolutely cooked.
Yeah, I've a lot of reasons I'd like to bring up here why I'd say that Trump doesn't care about the American people, but you referenced his economic policy, and we could reference that. So yeah, can you name one economic policy that Donald Trump influenced to get passed that benefited the low and the middle class more than it benefited the top 1%?
Spoiler, he will not be able to.
Well, first of all, the Democrats pass all these policies.
Wait, just about Donald Trump. Can you name one policy he influenced to get passed that benefits the low and the middle class more than it benefited the top 1%?
Yeah, he tried to, or during COVID, he tried to keep businesses open. I mean, Democrats were trying to close down all their states.
Can you name a policy?
Businesses that they put, no. They put a lot of businesses.
Even he starts to laugh at himself here because he knows he cannot name a policy.
Out of business during COVID. During the past years that COVID was in existence, all the states that were liberal, Democrat-run states have controlled a lot of the process here in the state of California.
Okay, with all due respect, you literally didn't answer my question. I asked you to name a policy that Trump influenced to get passed that
But
benefited...
yet you're the one that called me racist earlier.
I was.
So I'm supposed to answer you?
Yeah, that's the point of the episode.
Okay, well, I mean, if you don't want to have a productive dialogue with me here, I don't see what your point of even showing up to the episode would be.
Well, productive is not calling someone racist either,
Honesty is the best policy, sir.
right?
Holy shit, we have a major Epstein Files update. Overnight, the Department of Justice released over 3 million new files, including many FBI reports making heinous allegations against Donald Trump. Here's everything you need to know. The document that I'm about to show you was publicly released today, but privately compiled by the FBI sometime last year in 2025. It organizes the official accusations tipped off to the FBI made by women and girls about Donald Trump and other powerful people in relation to Epstein over the course of the last 20 years. This first report filed to the FBI states that a woman by the name of Alexis reported that an unidentified female friend was forced to perform oral sex on Donald Trump approximately 35 years ago when her friend was around 13 or 14 years old. It then goes on to state that that friend then bit Donald Trump, and in response, Donald Trump hit her. The second complaint reported to the FBI states that Donald Trump had parties at Mar-a-Lago called quote-unquote calendar girls, where Epstein would bring the children in and Trump would then auction them off. Feel free to read the rest to yourself. It's too graphic for me to read out loud. This third complaint states that a woman reported to the FBI that when she was a minor, she was forced to attend quote-unquote big orgy parties with herself and other young girls, as well as older men like Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there's been over 3 million new files released by the DOJ, so I'll continue to look through them and I'll report to you what I find. Make sure to follow to stay in the loop.
So we all know that Charlie Kirk is terrified of debating me, but more recently, he's been getting so embarrassed when people have called him out for it that he started to tell bold-faced lies. Here's a clip of a student at Cambridge University calling him out. Let's take a look.
Now, I know you've debated Dean Withers on Jubilee before. I was wondering why you now refuse to engage with further debate with him. He's making videos about you avoiding him on your campus debates.
I say, excuse me, Dean, we'll talk at another time. He makes this YouTube video as if I'm scared to debate him, even though I debated him twice in the last year.
Charlie, I have no clue why you decide to lie about this. We've debated 3 minutes one time, which was on Jubilee, as the student pointed out. And funny enough, after that Jubilee episode, you went on a podcast, called me intelligent, and said that you would love to sit down with me for a second debate. I find it funny that you've changed your mind. Let's go ahead and play the clip from that podcast.
Very smart kid. I actually think Dean is more likely to one day become more conservative because he's intellectually honest.
Would you ever be open to sitting down with him again and speaking to him?
Dean, for sure. I think he's on a journey of intellectual discovery.
Listen, Charles, I understand that you probably don't want to take 2 L's back to back, and you just got absolutely bodied by those Cambridge students, but I say you and me sit down and we have a debate. Stop running, and also stop lying. I was one of those woke college students that debated Charlie Kirk on Jubilee. A couple of you guys DM'd me asking me to come on here and share my thoughts, so let's go for it. First of all, no one else there knew that we were going to be debating Charlie Kirk. I did, so I was really excited going into things. And to be honest, I really overestimated how smart of a guy he was. I debate politics a lot. It's literally my day job, and I feel like I debate random people every single day that give me better arguments than Charlie Kirk did. About filming the episode in of itself, I kind of like the format, but overall, I was quite annoyed with how often people were raising their red flags. The producers of the episode told us all to only raise our red flags if the person debating Charlie Kirk wasn't making that good of an argument. But what ended up happening is a lot of people in the circle would raise their red flags when they wanted to talk, not because the person debating Kirk wasn't doing that good of a job. Anyways, it was super duper satisfying watching Charlie Kirk, who's notoriously known for clip farming on uneducated college students, get absolutely destroyed time and time and time again by myself, by my friend Parker, and a couple other people on the cast. As Naima said, Charlie Kirk, thank you for being bad at your job.
Breaking news, the walls are finally closing in on Trump. He is losing his mind and, in the process, losing his base. The last 24 hours have been insane. From Trump attacking leading conservatives to Congress formally requesting a cognitive exam and Melania giving an address to the nation unbeknownst to Trump ahead of time. Here's everything you need to know. So first and foremost, right now Donald Trump is attacking MAGA more than Democrats. After Donald Trump threatened genocide in Iran, many of MAGA's top ideologues and influencers disavowed Donald Trump and criticized his statements. People like Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Alex Jones, MTG, they all criticized Donald Trump's statements. And because of that, Donald Trump has been crucifying them on Truth Social. I mean, it's been ugly. He's been making incredibly demeaning, rude, and vicious remarks about them. A lot of Trump supporters across the internet have either been criticizing him or fully revoking their support from Trump because instead of focusing on the real issues, he's attacking their favorite influencers. They're finally starting to wake up to the fact that he's a childish bully. Okay, now here's a second thing that's happened. Leading health experts are now warning that Donald Trump is exhibiting signs consistent with dementia and cognitive decline due to the increasingly incoherent and deranged public statements he's been making. And because of this, Congress has now formally requested that a cognitive exam be given to Trump. Specifically, they're requesting that his doctor perform a comprehensive cognitive exam on him, and then to turn around, publicly release it, and then publicly testify under oath in front of Congress about his personal assessment. Now, here's a third thing that has happened in the last 24 hours, and this is crazy. This is bound to be a developing story that we cover more on this channel. Melania Trump, out of nowhere, gave a public address to the nation about Epstein, stating that she never knew of his crimes, he didn't introduce her to Trump, and calling for Congress to allow Epstein survivors to testify under oath publicly in front of them. And we're now learning, according to MS Now, that Donald Trump didn't even know about this until it happened. And ever since, he's been furious. And since her address to the nation, the Daily Beast has now released never-seen-before clips of Epstein bragging about a much closer relationship with Trump and Melania than they've led us on to believe. But anyways, that's it for now. Make sure to follow to stay up to date with the news.
That, you know, overturned Roe v. Wade, rescinding the right to get abortion back to the state, leading like
I think it should be state
65,000
by state.
victims of sexual abuse. Okay, why?
That's fine. I think if everyone in a state wants something, go ahead and have it.
So if everyone in Alabama wanted slavery back, you'd be okay with that?
Sure. If everyone in the state wants it, go ahead. What do I give a shit?
All right. Well, let's go next topic.
Well,
It's like these questions are so funny
about that?
these questions
No, we're
are so
not gonna
funny
talk
because
about that.
they're meant
So
to trap
I
you.
just-
I'm getting
don't
nervous.
care.
I just want to clarify.
Yeah.
You understand that that was the same argument that the Confederacy upheld, right? So do you wish that the Confederacy won the war because according to your worldview, the Union impeded upon the state's ability to legislate?
No, but it's
as
an
they liked?
irrelevant argument.
No, so you're glad that the Union won?
This is what I'm saying. All these things are it's like you're phrasing it in a way where it's like I could be like, yes, obviously no. Like I'm not some like psychopath. Like I live in LA. I'm not some crazy right-wing person.
So now you're saying it's
But
psychotic
if everyone in the state wants something, sure, let them have it.
Okay, so you
No,
agree with the
no one's
Confederacy.
voting to bring back slavery now. Oh,
So
cool. So
I
10
just
crazy
want to
people in a
clarify.
state?
You agree with the Confederacy?
No.
But the articles of the Confederation.
All right, we
were
have to
states'
move on.
rights.
We got limited
Yeah,
time
like,
here.
these gotcha moments don't work on me. I'm not a like
Okay,
it's
Emily,
not
don't
gonna
get
work.
don't get upset.
Okay.
Don't get upset.
And
In the last 24 hours or so, I've received a lot of public scrutiny and backlash in response to the fact that yesterday, after Charlie Kirk died, I cried, and then the video of me crying was blasted all over the internet. So first and foremost, I am distraught because of what happened to Kirk. I think that gun violence is always wrong, and I also think that violence leads to more violence. In fact, today we've already had 3 HBCUs go into lockdown because of retaliatory threats in response to what happened to Kirk. And that's my position. That's how I feel. But I'm gonna be honest, that on its own isn't what invoked the extreme and raw emotional reaction of tears that you guys saw that I'm now being criticized so heavily for. There's a handful of things that invoke that reaction of mine, and here they are. The first thing that invoked that reaction out of me was watching the up-close video of what had happened to him, and how extremely violent it was, while then also learning that his wife and 3-year-old daughter were watching from the crowd. When this occurred, I momentarily placed myself in the shoes of his wife or 3-year-old daughter, and how they had to watch that, and yes, that made me extremely emotional. The second reason why I cried is because my best friend Parker was standing less than 30 feet away from him when it happened in person. In fact, he was next in line to debate Charlie Kirk. And not only the fact that he had to witness this, but then also then turn around and FaceTime me while he was running away and screaming, not knowing if this might be a mass casualty event where he or anybody else there would be next, was very traumatic for me and on set, a lot of emotions. The third reason why I cried is because Charlie Kirk is somebody that I've personally interacted with in real life. Now, the reason why I've personally interacted with him is because I disagreed with nearly every single thing he believed in, and I personally let him know. But I'm not good with gore, and seeing those things happen to somebody that I've personally interacted with in real life was really hard on me psychologically. It's also worth adding on that my tears weren't me telling you how you should feel, but rather you happening to see me and how I felt, because of everything I've just described in this video all going through my head at the exact same time in the moment of.